Is it pure desperation or a stroke of genius that's driving the Detroit Red Wings to chase a former 100-point superstar whose stock has plummeted? The silence in Hockeytown has been deafening for nearly a decade. 9 years. That's how long the faithful in Detroit have endured a playoff drought, a stark contrast to the glory days of multiple Stanley Cups. But if you're a Red Wings fan, buckle up, because General Manager Steve Yzerman, the architect of past championships, is reportedly revving the engine and looking to shake things up. The rumor mill is churning, and one name is sending ripples through the hockey world: Elias Pettersson. For months, whispers have linked the Vancouver Canucks' talented, yet recently underperforming, forward Elias Pettersson to a potential trade. And now, as the offseason gates swing open, that whisper is turning into a full-blown roar. NHL insider David Pagnotta recently fanned the flames, speculating that Detroit is among a handful of teams that might be interested in acquiring the Swedish star. The Canucks have said they prefer to keep Pettersson, but Vancouver is open to taking calls, Pagnotta reported. Pettersson has a full no-movement clause that kicks in July 1st, and his trade value is down, so moving him might be difficult. Teams reportedly linked: Buffalo, Detroit, Minnesota, Ottawa, Columbus. This isn't the first time Pettersson's name has popped up in trade discussions. Last year, similar chatter circulated, but Vancouver held firm. What's different now? That looming July 1st deadline, when his full no-movement clause becomes active, makes any potential move significantly more complicated. If the Canucks are serious about exploring a trade, they have a rapidly closing window. Pettersson is just 1 year into a colossal 8-year, $92 million contract with the Canucks. A deal of that magnitude usually signifies an undisputed franchise cornerstone. So why the trade talk? The simple answer: his production has dipped, and questions about his work ethic have begun to surface. Last season, Pettersson registered a respectable but ultimately underwhelming 15 goals and 30 assists for 45 points in 64 games. Respectable, yes, but a far cry from the dazzling form he displayed in the 2022-23 season, when he exploded for a career-high 39 goals and 63 assists, totaling a staggering 102 points. That 100-point season is what makes him so tantalizing and so perplexing. Can he rediscover that magic? Or is his recent dip a sign of things to come? The Canucks, for their part, appear to be playing a delicate balancing act. While they might be open to taking calls, as Pagnotta suggests, there's also a strong inclination to keep Pettersson. Pierre Lebrun of The Athletic reported that all signs point to the Canucks keeping Elias Pettersson, whose no-movement clause kicks in July 1st. Lebrun added, the Canucks are excited about Pettersson's approach this offseason. Vancouver's hope is that a new coaching staff and fewer distractions will help Pettersson return to his elite form. They've invested heavily in him, and they likely want to see that investment pay off. But the fact remains, his recent output doesn't match his hefty $11.6 million annual salary. And with a thin, unrestricted free agent market this summer, a player of Pettersson's potential, even with a recent dip, is a rare commodity. Meanwhile, in Detroit, Steve Yzerman is not content to stand pat. The Red Wings are desperate to end their playoff drought, and Yzerman has made it clear he intends to be aggressive this offseason, with a particular focus on bolstering the offense and acquiring more star power. When asked about the possibility of adding a star player earning north of $10 million, Yzerman unequivocally responded, "For sure. This isn't the Yzerman of 5 years ago, patiently rebuilding. This is a GM with a mandate to win, and he believes the team's young core is ready for an influx of high-end talent. We feel all along we would look for any good player, any player that could help us in any role. If there was a player that was worth investing whatever amount of money into, that had an interest in playing in Detroit and fit a need of ours, we would certainly try and do that," Yzerman stated. "We're at a different stage than we were maybe 5 years ago in that we have a good young core of players. And if we can supplement that with a prominent free agent, we would certainly consider that." The Red Wings enter the offseason with just over $21.3 million in cap space, providing Yzerman with the financial flexibility to make a significant splash. While Pettersson is currently under contract with the Canucks, a trade would certainly fall within Yzerman's stated goal of acquiring star players. A high-stakes gamble? The potential pursuit of Elias Pettersson by the Detroit Red Wings is a captivating storyline. On one hand, it represents a bold, aggressive move by Steve Yzerman to accelerate the rebuild and inject much-needed star power into a struggling franchise. Acquiring a player who has already proven he can be a 100-point scorer is a tantalizing prospect. On the other hand, it's a high-stakes gamble. Pettersson's recent struggles and the questions surrounding his work ethic present a significant risk, especially given the size of his contract. Can the Red Wings unlock the potential that made him an MVP candidate just 2 seasons ago? Or would they be acquiring a depreciated asset, saddled with a massive contract? The coming weeks will be crucial. Will the Canucks decide to move on from Pettersson before his no-movement clause kicks in? And if they do, will Steve Yzerman pull the trigger on a blockbuster deal that could redefine the Red Wings' immediate future? One thing is certain. The Red Wings are ready to make some noise, and the pursuit of a player like Elias Pettersson could be just the spark Hockeytown needs to ignite its dormant passion. What do you think? Is pursuing Elias Pettersson a brilliant move for the Red Wings, or is it too big of a risk? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you want to see the Red Wings make a big splash this offseason.